two of the most exciting football nations on the planet. One of the most anticipated matches of the entire group stage, and both teams walking into MetLife Stadium in New Jersey on Saturday with injury problems they are still trying to solve. This is Brazil versus Morocco. Five-time world champions against the team that became the first African and Arab nation to reach a World Cup semifinal. The Selecao against the Atlas Lions. And before we even talk about tactics, the storyline writes itself. Brazil will begin their World Cup campaign against Morocco without Neymar. Let that land for a second. Brazil's all-time record goal scorer, 34 years old, carrying 79 international goals, was brought into the squad despite a calf injury that has kept him out since May 17th. He was kept out of both warm-up games against Panama and Egypt. A report by Globo on June 9th said that, after further assessment, Neymar was targeting Brazil's second match against Haiti on June 20th for his return. The Morocco game comes too soon. That absence defines how Brazil sets up on Saturday. Without Neymar, this attack runs through Vinicius Junior on the left and Raphinha on the right. They are two of the most dangerous wide players in world football. Both are coming off strong club seasons. Both are carrying the weight of a nation's expectations in a tournament Brazil has not won since 2002. Their manager is Carlo Ancelotti, who made history in May 2025 when he became Brazil's first foreign head coach. The 67-year-old Italian brings 5 Champions League titles to the role and a reputation as one of the greatest man-managers in football history. His right-back position has been disrupted by the injury to Wesley, who has been ruled out of the tournament entirely. Danilo, 34 years old, is now likely to start at right back. Brazil's predicted lineup has Alisson in goal, Danilo, Marquinhos, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Alexandro across the back, Casemiro, Bruno Guimaraes, and Lucas Paqueta in midfield, with Raphinha, Matheus Cunha, and Vinicius Junior in attack. Marquinhos captains the side. The Paris Saint-Germain centre-back has been a consistent presence in the squad since 2013, and he was captain when Brazil lost to Croatia on penalties at the 2022 quarter-final. That defeat is still fresh. Brazil have not won a World Cup in 24 years. This tournament carries the full weight of that drought. Now, Morocco. And the injury news here is even more significant. Morocco made 2 injury-enforced changes to their World Cup squad on Thursday. Winger Abdelaziz Al-Zouli picked up a knee injury in the warm-up draw against Norway. Center-back Naif Agourd, who has not played since March after undergoing surgery for a groin issue, also failed to recover in time. Aguerd's recovery stalled in April when Marseille's medical team discovered a fracture of the pubic bone and an accompanying minor bone inflammation requiring further intervention. Both players were part of the squad that reached the semi-final in 2022. Both are gone before the first ball is kicked. Morocco's new coach, Mohamed Wabi, now has a lack of experienced defenders at his disposal following the retirement of long-serving captain Romain Saiss and the injuries to Aguerd and Al-Zouli. Noussair Mazraoui injured his shoulder in the Norway match, although he appears fit enough to play. The man who built this Morocco team, Walid Regragui, made the shocking decision to step down in March 2026, after transforming the Atlas Lions into one of Africa's most formidable sides. Wabi inherits an elite squad but steps onto the biggest stage with 2 competitive matches of World Cup experience to his name. Captain Achraf Hakimi played 65 minutes against Norway after initial doubts about his fitness, having suffered a thigh injury in Paris Saint-Germain's Champions League semi-final first-leg win over Bayern Munich in April. He went on to play the full Champions League final victory over Arsenal. He is expected to start on Saturday. Morocco's attacking threat runs through Brahim Diaz of Real Madrid, who scored his 14th international goal in 26 games against Norway. Ismail Saibari of PS5 and Bilal El Khanous of Stuttgart complete what is expected to be a fluid front 3. The last time these two sides met at a World Cup was in 1998 in France. Brazil won 3-0, nearly 30 years ago. An entirely different generation of players on both sides. That result tells us almost nothing about what happens in New Jersey on Saturday. What it does tell us is this. Brazil against Morocco at a World Cup is rare. And when these 2 generations of players finally meet, the gap in global expectations is enormous. but the gap in actual quality is not. Here is the prediction. Brazil is the favorite. They have more depth, more experience at this level across the squad, and a front line with Vinicius and Raphinha that any defense in the world will struggle to contain. But Morocco arrives with a defensive structure that held some of the world's best teams at bay 4 years ago. They are not here to make up the numbers. The injury disruption in Morocco's defense is the decisive factor. Without Aguerd, the backline facing Vinicius Junior is vulnerable. Brazil will find the gaps. The call: Brazil 2, Morocco 1. A competitive match. Morocco scores from a set piece or counter. Brahim Diaz causes problems throughout. But Brazil's attacking quality eventually tells. Brazil 2, Morocco 1. The Selecao start their World Cup campaign with a win, but Morocco reminds the world why they belong at this level. What is your prediction for this one? Drop it in the comments. And if you want every Group C match previewed before kickoff, subscribe now. This is the most interesting group in the tournament.